Have you ever wondered about the political drama that unfolds during a judicial impeachment? Impeachment, a term often associated with the presidency, isn't exclusive to the Oval Office. It extends its tendrils into the judiciary, creating a whirlwind of intrigue, power plays, and high-stakes decision-making. In essence, a judicial impeachment is the process of formally charging a judge with misconduct. It's a constitutional provision that acts as a safety valve, ensuring the integrity of our justice system. It's a rare occurrence, steeped in controversy and often polarizing public opinion. The stakes? The judge's career, reputation, and sometimes the political balance of the nation. The actors, politicians, lawmakers, sometimes even the public. The stage, the courtroom, transformed into an arena of political warfare. But don't just take our word for it. Journey with us as we delve into the top 5 judicial impeachments in history. Together, we'll uncover the stories, the outcomes, and the lasting impact of these landmark events. Our first case takes us back to the year 1804, when John Pickering, a federal judge, found himself in the eye of a political storm. John Pickering was a respected man of law, serving as a U.S. District Court judge for the District of New Hampshire. However, his tenure was marred by allegations of misconduct, particularly public intoxication and making unlawful rulings. This was a time when the political climate was turbulent, with the Federalist and Democratic Republican parties vying for control of the nation's direction. In this heated environment, Pickering's erratic behavior did not go unnoticed. His actions were brought to the attention of the House of Representatives, led by the Democratic Republicans. After an investigation, they voted to impeach him on March 2, 1803, charging him with drunkenness and unlawful rulings. The charges were severe enough to warrant a trial in the Senate. The trial began on January 4, 1804, and it was anything but straightforward. Pickering, despite his actions, had his defenders. They argued that his behavior was not due to any fault of his own, but rather the result of a mental illness. However, the Senate, under the control of the Democratic Republicans, saw things differently. The senators argued that Pickering's behavior, whether a result of illness or not, was affecting his ability to perform his duties. They believed that his actions were in violation of the Good Behavior Clause in the Constitution, which states that judges should remain in office during good behavior. After a deliberation that lasted nearly 2 months, the Senate voted on March 12, 1804. The outcome? Guilty. John Pickering was removed from office, becoming the first federal judge to be impeached and removed. This case was not just about John Pickering, it was about setting a precedent. It raised questions about the standards expected of those in judicial office and the consequences of failing to meet those standards. John Pickering's case set a precedent for judicial impeachments, but it was just the beginning. Before we continue, we'd like to invite you to be a part of our community. Your engagement means the world to us. It's a vote of confidence, a spark that ignites the conversation, and it helps us create more content you love. So why not subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share this video? You're not just a viewer, you're part of the Whatever Top 5 Videos family. Thank you for your support. Now let's return to our journey through history. Next, we travel to the height of the American Civil War, where West H. Humphreys faced impeachment. A Tennessee native and federal judge, West H. Humphreys, found himself embroiled in the heart of the Civil War's political upheaval. Accused of high crimes and misdemeanors, Humphreys was charged with advocating for secession, abandoning his post, and serving as a Confederate judge, all while still holding federal office. Humphreys' actions were seen as a brazen defiance of the Constitution and his oath of office. He was the first federal judge to be impeached for actions taken outside of his judicial duties. This was a groundbreaking moment in the history of judicial impeachments, setting a precedent for how the judiciary's loyalty to the nation could be examined and challenged. The trial was a spectacle, taking place in the Senate in the midst of the Civil War. The charges against Humphreys were grave and compelling. The Senate, however, was deeply divided, mirroring the tension tearing the country apart. Despite the divisions, the evidence against Humphreys was overwhelming. On May 26, 1862, the Senate voted unanimously to convict Humphreys on all charges. This was the first time a judge was removed from office following a conviction in the Senate. The unanimous decision, despite the deep divisions in the Senate, underscored the gravity of Humphreys' actions. The aftermath of Humphreys' impeachment was significant. It served as a warning to other judges about the consequences of disloyalty and misconduct. It also signaled a shift in the Senate's willingness to hold federal judges accountable, even for actions outside their judicial duties. The impeachment of West H. Humphreys was more than just a trial. It was a reflection of the Civil War's tumultuous impact on the nation's political and judicial landscape. It marked a turning point in the history of judicial impeachments, shaping the way we understand the responsibilities and potential pitfalls of those who hold judicial office. Humphreys' impeachment was a product of its time, a testament to the turmoil of the Civil War era. In 1913, Robert W. Archbald's career came under scrutiny, leading to his impeachment. A judge with a brilliant legal mind, Archbald's fall from grace was as dramatic as it was influential in shaping the future of judicial impeachments. The charges against Archbald were not of a criminal nature, but rather accusations of unethical conduct. He was accused of using his judicial position to secure profitable business deals, a clear conflict of interest that undermined the integrity of his role. At the heart of the case was the question of whether such behavior, however unethical, was grounds for impeachment. The trial was a spectacle, capturing the attention of the nation. The prosecution presented evidence of Archbald's questionable business dealings, painting a picture of a judge who had allowed his personal interests to eclipse his professional duties. The defense, however, argued that while Archbald's actions may have been morally dubious, they did not constitute an impeachable offense. In the end, the Senate voted overwhelmingly in favor of impeachment. 13 articles of impeachment were presented, and Archbald was found guilty on 5 of them. The vote reflected a shift in the Senate's interpretation of the impeachment clause, expanding its application beyond criminal acts to include unethical behavior. Archbald's impeachment was a turning point in the history of judicial impeachments. It established the principle that judges, as the upholders of justice, must not only be free from criminal behavior, but also maintain the highest levels of ethical conduct. It served as a stark reminder to all in the judiciary that their position was one of trust, and any betrayal of that trust, whether criminal or ethical, could lead to their downfall. Archbald's impeachment highlighted the crucial role of integrity in judicial positions. It was a lesson that would echo throughout the following years, influencing the course of future impeachments and shaping the standards by which judges are held today. Fast forward to the 1930s, and we find Halsted Ritter facing impeachment charges. Ritter, a United States district judge, was accused of several counts of misconduct, including favoritism, practicing law while on the bench, and tax evasion. The tax evasion charge in particular carried a significant weight given the financial hardships faced by the country during the Great Depression. The impeachment trial took place in the Senate, with proceedings marked by heated debates. The final vote saw Ritter convicted on the 7th article of impeachment, which was an omnibus charge combining all previous allegations. With a majority vote of 68 to 16, Ritter was removed from office, marking the end of a tumultuous chapter in the judiciary's history. The Ritter impeachment had a profound impact on the judiciary. It served as a stark reminder of the high standards of integrity and impartiality required from judges. Ritter's case reminded the nation of the high standards expected of its judicial officers. Our final case brings us to the modern era, with the impeachment of Samuel B. Kent in 2009. Samuel B. Kent, a federal judge from Texas, became embroiled in controversy, leading to his impeachment. His case was unique, as it was the first time a federal judge faced impeachment for sexual misconduct. Kent was accused of sexually harassing 2 courthouse employees. The federal judiciary, recognizing the severity of the allegations, initiated an internal investigation. The charges against Kent were grave and damning. The House of Representatives voted unanimously to impeach him on 4 articles of impeachment relating to sexual assault, obstructing and impeding an official proceeding, and making false and misleading statements. The case then proceeded to the Senate for trial, But before the Senate could convict him, Kent, who had been sentenced to 33 months in prison on related criminal charges, resigned. This resignation marked the end of his impeachment proceedings, but it did little to diminish the significance of his case. Kent's case is a stark reminder of the accountability that comes with positions of power. It showcased that no one, not even those in the judiciary, are above the law. This case also highlighted the importance of the impeachment process as a means to uphold justice and maintain the integrity of our legal system. Kent's impeachment proves that the judiciary's accountability to the people remains a cornerstone of our democracy.